But the point being is that, what does that have to do with our question? Is that since we came here, that means that we still have an account, an unpaid balance with Hashem from before. We made some sins before. Maybe in the previous life, we stole some money. Previous life, we beat somebody up. Previous life, we killed somebody. Previous life, who knows what we did. Hashem is going to make sure you obviously have to pay the bill. So if somebody stole money, they're going to find themselves in this life working for this guy like a slave, and it doesn't even make sense why I work for him. I'm much better than him, I'm smarter than him, I'm this than him, I'm this than him. But your whole life you're working for this guy like a slave. Why? Because in reality, in Shamayim, it's saying you're paying him back the money you stole from last life. This is why it's very, very dangerous to gamble. And it's very, very dangerous to borrow money and intentionally not give it back. Because once you gamble and you win, or once you borrow money and don't return it on purpose, it's considered 100% stealing. Gezel. And for Gezel, you cannot go into heaven, even if you're completely righteous and everything else. No person, no soul has ever entered Gan Eden, according to Chazal, with blood on its hands, blood of money, meaning that they stole money, with Gezel on its hands, meaning that they have to come back to this life to pay the money back. And that's why, if somebody stole money from you, or if somebody, borrowed money from you and didn't return it on purpose, or stole money from you, or you lost a bet of some kind to somebody. In essence, if someone falls under this definition of stealing from you, according to the Torah, the best thing you can do is say, Machu lecha, machu lecha, machu lecha. I forgive him. Why? Because if he comes back, you also have to come back. So he can pay you back. Who wants to come back to this world, Bichlal?
You have to forgive everyone.
Forgive everyone. So that was actually one of the other things I also did at some point. One of the things I did also at one point, I started praying for anyone that I believed wronged me, and I prayed for each one of them individually. So, you do a combination of things. All of it is part of tshuva. So we know that any type of suffering you have in this life, there has to be a reason. Sometimes reason is from this life. You get something in this life. It's wrong. It's not good to go against Hashem. But sometimes you'll see somebody that's very righteous from birth, but is still struggling. Could be because of their last life. Most likely it is because of their last life, not this life. So there's always a reason. So that's what the Gemara is saying, is that when there is a righteous person that's suffering, then it's because of some sins that he made before, but it's also the same thing for a wicked person that's prospering. It could be that in his previous life, he was a Baal Chesed. He gave a lot of money away. Or he did some big mitzvah or his grandfather did some big mitzvah or something like that Hashem is still paying the generations. For example, the Rothchild family, till now, they're rich. Not all of them succeeded with their ventures, but the Rothchild family is very, very successful for many, many generations. One of the reasons, the easiest reasons to explain it, is because of the original Rothschild was a big tzaddik. Big tzaddik. To such a tzaddik that there's actually a story. He was a Talmid Yeshiva, connected to Torah, and loved his rabbi. And then after he got a little older, he got married and he went into the business world. Succeeded, started making a little money. And one day he runs into his old rabbi, and his rabbi says, "Listen, we're looking we're looking to raise some money for our organization." And he tried helping him. Anyway, but long story short, since they got together, he invited him to the house. The rabbi invited him to the house, and after, I think his name was Meir Rothschild. I think the original was Meir.
A long time ago?
Yeah, a few hundred years ago. And he, after he left the house, Rothschild left, went back home, went back to his life. And then the daughters of the rabbi a day or two later, say to the rabbi, said, Abba, we have a serious problem. All the money is gone. What money? In the old days, the Jewish people, I don't know if it was by the Goyim the same thing, but the Jewish people would trust the rabbi with the community's money. People would use the rabbi as the bank. They would go to the rabbi because the rabbi is a trustworthy person, tzaddik. So not everybody can afford to have a safe in their house, and not everyone, they don't have the HSBC and TD Bank open 7 days a week back then. You understand? So people would need a place to put it. So they would give it to the rabbi. So the daughters of the rabbi says, Abba, the money is gone. All the money is gone. Entire town's money is gone, and it's definitely that guy that came here the other day, because he's the only one that was here in the last few days. The rabbi says, oh my, this is tzaddik, this is my student. I know he's a righteous guy. He can't, no way. He says, Abba, nobody else was here. Who else could it be? We're here. We think we stole it? No, okay. You have to go get it. So the rabbi goes to Meir, goes to his house, and he sees his house, fancy house. First time he's ever been in his house. He's like, listen, I'm very upset to be here, but I don't know how to even say this, but he tells him the story. And he says that they say that you did it, because nobody else has been into my house other than you in the last week. And Meir Rothchild says, yes, Kvod Harav, it was me. Just give me a few days, I'll get you the money. The rabbi is shocked. This guy was tzaddik, his student. I can't believe that he stole from me, but at least he said he's going to give it back. Okay. So he waits a few days. Within a few days, he gives him all the money back, ton of money. Ask him exactly how much money. It's a ton of money. A few months pass, and they find out that the real thief was not Mary Rothschild. It was actually his cleaning lady. And how did they find it? Because her husband was a drunk, and he went and started drinking, spending money. But then he started telling the story of how his wife is so smart. She took this money from this guy, and people overheard. And that's it. Baruch Hashem, most of the money was still left. So they caught the guy. They took the money. So now the rabbi's like, wait a minute, I don't understand. Why did he say that he stole the money? So he goes to his house again, and he sees now his house is completely empty. Nothing except him and his wife and a couple of kids. Nothing there. All the furniture is gone. Looks horrible. He's like, why? Here's your money. Why did you do this? And he says, Kvod Harav, I saw you when you came to me. I saw you were so sad because the money was gone, that I said to myself, I'd rather take on this tikkun of people thinking that I'm a thief than you being sad for 1 minute. And I told my wife, we're going to sell everything we have. We have to make sure my Rav has everything, so nobody thinks that he did anything wrong. And that's why I gave it to you. But you didn't have to do that. You could have just told me you didn't do it. I would have believed you. He goes, no, I couldn't handle you being sad, Kvod Harav. He gave him a blessing, and the Rav gave him a blessing. I forget the rabbi's name, but he gave him a blessing. May you succeed, and all you do, and so on and so forth. And they say that this blessing worked 1,000-fold, and he became the richest man in the world. If he was around right now, he could pretty much buy probably half the Forbes 500 list combined. That rich. Like it would be trillions of dollars in today's money. Probably even more than all of them combined. But the point is that sometimes we have zchut avot, sometimes we have the merits of our forefathers, sometimes it's because of our previous life. So when you see sometimes a rasha, someone that's wicked, that is in a very, very good financial position, sometimes it's because of a few things he did in his own life, but sometimes it could actually be because of something he did in his past life. And Hashem still has to pay him for it. So there's no such thing as something without a purpose. Everything always has to have some type of purpose, some type of cause. There's no such thing as anything otherwise.